Very good morning to all of you. Today we will study about different forms of business. First, we will study about private sector organizations and then we will study about public sector undertakings. Different forms of private sector organizations. It can be number 1, sole proprietorship. It can be in the form of partnership. It can be in the form of cooperative society, joint Hindu family that exists only in our country, or it can be in the form of joint stock company. And joint stock company, it can be of two types. Either it can be private limited or it may be a public limited. First, we will start with the sole proprietorship. As the name itself suggests, sole means only, proprietor means owner. That means when the ownership and management of business is in hands of a single person, we call it as a sole proprietorship. So, this sole owner invests the entire capital, bears all the risk, so he need not share the profits with anybody else. He takes all the profits by himself. It is also known as the one-man show. Now we will study about the features of proprietorship. In total 6 features are there, as you can see in the slide. Let us study them one by one. The very first feature, it is easy formation and closure, because there is no specific legal requirements under any law to set up a sole proprietorship. Only a license is required, and that is required only in few cases, like for the manufacturing of drugs, and in case of the processed food you need to obtain Food Safety and Standards Authority of India license. Retail activities, such as if you want to sell grocery items, household goods or any other goods that you can easily carry on without undergoing any such legal formality. Second feature, unlimited liability. That means in the eyes of law, business and businessman both are same. So, in case liabilities of the business, these cannot be met out of the business assets, then personal assets of the proprietor can be used for meeting the business obligations. Third feature, sole risk bearer and profit recipient. That means the whole risk of the business that is being borne by the owner himself. So, whatever profits will be earned, that will belong to the owner. Absolute control. That means power to take decisions or to make plans that rest entirely with the sole proprietor. It is operated single-handed, so there is no chance of conflict of ideas or decisions. Whole control of the business, it is centralized in the hands of a proprietor. No separate entity. That means in eyes of law, both business as well as businessman are one and the same. Lack of continuity. The sole proprietorship business, it is owned and controlled by one person. So, in case of death, insanity or bankruptcy of the sole proprietor. It will directly affect the existence, it will directly affect the continuity of the business. In case there is no other person to look after his business, then it will result in closure of the business. Now we will study about merits of sole proprietorship. First point, quick decision making, as he need not consult anybody before taking any decision. Whole of the decision making power that is only in hands of sole proprietor. So there is quick decision making. Second point, confidentiality of information. That means a sole proprietor need not publish his accounts. He need not share the secrets of his success with others. So he can maintain secrecy in his business. Ease of formation and closure. That point is already told to you, because no legal formalities are required to start a sole proprietorship. Direct incentive. Why there is direct incentive? Because all the benefits of his efforts that will belong to him only, and it will motivate him to put more and more efforts into his business so that he can earn more and he can take all the profits with him. Sense of accomplishment, because he is not working under anybody. In case he is able to get success in his business, then it will create a sense of accomplishment in him. He will feel contented. So these are the merits of sole proprietorship. Number one, quick decision making. Why? Because all of the decisions are to be taken by the owner himself. Second, confidentiality of information, as he need not publish his accounts. Ease of formation and closure. No legal formalities are required to start or close sole proprietorship. Direct incentive. That means there is a direct relation between efforts and rewards. And last, sense of accomplishment, because if he is able to gain success in his business, that will give him a feeling of accomplishment. Now let us discuss the demerits of sole proprietorship. Number one, limited resources. Because the resources of sole proprietor are limited to his or her personal savings and borrowings from others. And secondly, even the banks hesitate to extend a long-term loan to a sole proprietor. So generally the business of sole proprietor, that is limited to a small scale. Number two, limited life of a business concern, because it solely depends upon the life of the proprietor. If he dies or become insolvent, then there is very likelihood of closure of the enterprise. Unlimited liability, that means in case of loss, the private property of the owner, it will also be used to clear the business obligations. Hence, the proprietor avoids taking risk in the form of innovation or expansion. Limited managerial ability, because one person cannot be specialist of every field. He can't be the specialist of manufacturing as well as marketing as well as finance. He can be expert in one or two areas but not in all the areas. So sometimes decisions taken by him may not be balanced. So these are the demerits of sole proprietorship. Limited resources, because whole of the resources that will be contributed only by the single person, and his ability to raise finance, that is also limited. Number 2, limited life, because the life of the business wholly depends on the life of proprietor. Unlimited liability, personal assets of the proprietor can be used to make payment of the liabilities of the business in case business assets are insufficient. And last, limited managerial ability, because all the decisions are to be taken by the sole proprietor and one person cannot be the expert of each and every area of the business. This is all about sole proprietorship. In the next module, we will study about JHF and partnership.